Today we will start our meeting, our weekly meeting. Can you see my screen, sir?
Yep.
Can you see my screen, sir?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. The first thing is Segio. My personal base, and last week is I got free machine learning course
Yay.
from Decoding, and my business base is I make my own product category plugin and can remove category that has no product from Docan category product.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, then the headlines, the good headlines is have done make my own product category list and have done remove category that has no product.
Okay.
Then my to-do list that have done is publish weekly video and
Okay.
summarize video
Okay.
and remove category that has no product.
Okay.
Then my issue list and in last week can make drop down subcategory.
Mm, okay.
That's it, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So, is there anything that you would like to discuss about it?
No, sir.
Okay. So, I would say that yeah, that's a good next task. But then please add one more. Deploy to staging. Actually, we will try to do it now. Uh, yeah.
Should I
First,
make in recap
um,
to-do list?
yeah, please make that. I think first push to GitLab and then second deploy to staging.
Oh yeah, I have push to GitLab.
Okay, just make it and then check that. So we are probably going to do it now. Okay, and push to GitLab. And push to GitLab there. Yeah, you
Done,
can
sir.
then
It's
check
done.
that. Okay, now, okay, so there will be several changes here because you created another subfolder inside the repository, but that's okay. You can change that later. And now we will need to apply to staging by first you will need to connect to staging, but I will need to have your SSH public key. So do you already have an SSH public key?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet. Okay. So please create an SSH public key now. Okay, you can
How to make it, sir?
what? Okay, open a Git Bash command prompt.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then you can type Yeah. Actually, I cannot see your screen because I think you just shared one window. I cannot see your Git bash here.
It,
Okay.
can you see it, sir?
Yep. And I give it the comment on Lovia chat. Okay. Just type enter there. Okay. You can also type enter here again.
How about this one, sir?
Yeah. You can press enter. It will generate one with no passphrase. And yeah, enter again. If you want to change the passphrase later, you can do. Okay, so now you will have a file called IDRSA, that is the private key, and then IDRSA.pub, the public key. So what I need is the public key. Okay, so open that file, IDRSA.pub, and then paste that on Lovia chat. You can paste the file itself, or you can open the file and then paste the contents. It's just small contents. The dot book one, yeah. So since it's a public key, it's not secret. I don't think that you can copy using that. You can open using Notepad or something like that. Not the one, not the one. Make sure to use
Oh,
the blue
okay.
ribbon, okay, and then file name extensions. Enable file name extensions. All right.
Okay.
So now you get the poop one. Now open the poop one on the text editor, maybe like Visual Studio Code is also okay, or yeah, basically. Okay, so you can copy that and put that there in the chat, but make sure um, to put quote, yeah, before and after.
Okay, sir.
To put like not that quote, the quote on the top left, the quote on the top left. So yeah, so that's the quote for like typing kind of thing. Okay, that should work. Okay. So this will be usable for two things. First, you will be able to connect to the server using let's see, using SSH from Git Bash, and then second, you will be able to connect using Visual Studio Code. But now, let's try using Git Bash first, because um, yeah, I guess it's simpler at this point. Okay. Okay. So using that Git Bash, okay, now try to connect. Okay, try to use that. Type yes there. Right. So now you are inside the server. Okay. You are now inside the server. You can check a few things about the server. For example, you can type uh, uptime,
What is
uptime,
it, sir?
uptime.
Uptime.
Hmm. Not that's app time. Uptime is up and without space, just uptime. Okay. So are you familiar with Linux commands before?
Just a little bit, sir.
Okay. So if you want to be a backend developer, you will need to be familiar with Linux more than just a little bit. Yeah, still a little bit, but at least you need to know how to connect to a server, how to deploy your plugin or your application, and so on. Okay. So as you can see,
Okay,
the
sir.
server is up for 23 days and something. Okay. So the location uh, of this project is at /var/, www. So let's go cd to the /var/www.
This one, sir.
You need to put slash before a var.
Oh, okay.
Okay, try to see what's inside. Okay, so there are several folders there. Now we are interested in the staging one. So go inside the staging folder. Okay, and then try to ls again. Right. So there are several folders and then the wp-config php file. Okay, so let's go to htdocs. Okay. So are you familiar with the files here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now where do you think you should put the plugin?
And WP content.
Okay, go inside that. Okay. Do you think we should what folder we should go next?
To upgrade.
Wait, that's weird. Hmm. Okay, because there should be another folder here. There. Ah,
Oh, there you
it's
go.
missing. Okay, because you reside the screen. Okay. Okay. So now you already pushed to GitLab, right? And that
Yes,
means
sir.
now it is possible to deploy the plugin by uh, doing a Git clone from GitLab to this uh, to the server. Okay. So now go to the GitLab page of the project and get the URL for that. Okay, get the clone URL, but this time use the clone with SSH. In the server, we usually use the SSH one. Okay, now go to SSH console. Now clone that uh, repository as usual using git clone. All right. So what do you think the problem is here?
Because difference name.
No, actually, it's not because of the name. The URL is correct. However, because this repository is a private repository, so because you will need
Oh,
to enter credentials, right? Either credential or uh, username and password if you are using HTTPS. Okay. So now let's check the public key that is used by this server there by typing or getting the public key of the server. Okay, let's put that on Lovia chat. So basically, you can open that. Okay, so this is the public key of the staging server. Okay, so copy that. Is it working well? Maybe you need to try to run the command again to make sure that you get the entire thing. Yeah. Okay, and then copy that. Okay, now go to GitLab.
okay, sir.
Okay, now go to settings on the sidebar. Okay, and then go to repository. Okay, now you see there is something called deploy keys. Okay, expand that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then put the key there. And for the title, I usually use the last part of the key. Okay, it's just like Ubuntu at WP staging. Yeah. Okay, and
Okay,
then you
sir.
can add this one. So you usually do not need a write access here because if you want to update, then you update it from your local computer and then push, then pull from that. Okay, so there is a problem here. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so the problem here is because that deploy key is already used by who? Because the same deploy key or the same public key is already used by other projects in this group. So what do we do? What we do is actually we just need to enable that deploy key. Okay, scroll down
Okay,
and then
sir.
go to privately accessible deploy keys. Okay,
Okay.
so did you see which one that we should enable from the two choices?
Can you repeat, sir?
Yeah, which one that you think that we should enable? The first one or the second
This
one?
one, sir.
Okay, the
The
first
first
one.
one.
Okay, so enable that. So actually we have two deploy keys here. One is for the staging server and another one is for the production server. Because right now we just want to try to deploy this to staging. That means we give access uh, for the staging server to access this GitLab repository. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
now can you go to enable deploy keys? Okay, so this one status is already enabled. Yeah. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so now go back to the server and then try to git clone again.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so it works now, right? Okay, so now it works. You can try to go to the folder. It's called Solvas Widgets. Okay, now as there. Okay, so that's your plugin, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I know that this will not show, I think. So let's just go to staging product window and then log in there. So let's see if your plugin is showing there. Okay, but up to this point, uh, is it clear for you what's happening, or is there anything that you want to ask?
So far is good, sir.
Okay. So this is the first time you are logging into a Linux server.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so try to find your plugin if it's there.
This one, sir.
Not that one. It's called Silverfast WooCommerce. That's another plugin actually.
Oh,
I should rename that.
I think we have to move this
Yeah.
folder to
Okay.
outside.
So now let's go to your code in your local computer and then move the files out. Yeah. So do not make a folder there. Or even if you want to create a folder, then actually what you will need to do is create another file on the root folder. I think it will be a better practice. Yeah. So it will be a plugin with several different widgets. So instead of creating one plugin for each widget, that means that we will have like 10 plugins for 10 widgets. So just create one plugin for maybe several widgets in the future.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so open that project on your computer. Okay, so now is this folder already linked to your Git repository?
No, sir.
I don't think so. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I would say that what you should do is that you should move your Git repository into the folder here. So just have one folder. So anything that you make the change in your own local computer, you can just commit to Git repository immediately. Okay, so where is the your Git repository location?
Mm,
So now actually what you should do is that move that folder. This is Salufas widget folder, right? So you should move that folder, this entire folder, yeah, not just the custom category folder. So
oh,
this
okay.
folder, move that into your WordPress plugins directory. Okay, so you can do it now.
Move to move to where, sir?
Uh, Move to your uh, WordPress plugins, your WordPress on localhost there.
Oh, okay.
And then you will need to rename the folder to Solufas Widgets, just like the name of the needs to be lowercase. Yeah, needs to be exactly the same as the
Okay, sir.
repository name. Okay, yep. Move that folder. Okay,
Should I put in plugins folder?
Yep. Should put that in the plugins folder.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now, because the code is the same, right, between this folder and the folder that you have on custom category folder.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can delete the one in custom category, and then let's make this new folder work. And then you can easily uh, push this to GitLab. Okay, so now open Visual Studio Code again and open the file. Yeah, you can just open the file. You don't have to open a folder or something because it should be already there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yep. And open that file, custom category. Okay. Now what you will need to do is create a new file in the Salufas Woo Widgets folder. Yeah. Create a new file there and name that as the name of the plugin. That will be Salufas Woo Widgets.php. No, it should be Salufas Woo Widgets.php. So this is like the parent. Yeah, parent. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
now go inside the custom category PHP and then just copy the plugin information part or cut because you will not need it later. Okay, and then put that in the. All right. Okay. Now what you will need to do is require the inner PHP file below that. So just require. You can use required once to the file inside there. Okay, and I think you will need to also use dir, yeah. But let's see if that works. Yeah, but let's see if this works first. Okay, go to your local WordPress and yeah, let's check it out if this works.
There's no our plugin, sir.
But the plugin is still named as before, yeah.
Oh,
The plugin is still named.
oh yeah. This one, sir.
Okay, so let's try to activate that one. So yeah, the folder name is changed, but the name of the plugin is still exactly the same that you put in the header of the plugin. But I think you still activate a lot of plugins here, yeah? It's like Convert Pro, container loading. I think they should be disabled because you are not using.
Because I was restore database
Oh,
database from staging.
why you don't have to restore every time, man?
Oh, I just wanna see new category, sir.
Oh, okay. But actually, that should not be needed because even the staging environment is different than the live environment.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so even if you get the new backup from staging, that even the staging one is not the real life site. Okay, so the main thing to keep in mind is that your logic should be correct. And if you need to test with more categories and so on, what I think you I recommend you to do is just create categories as you want in your own WordPress or WooCommerce. Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
let's try to deactivate some stuff like Convert Pro add-on, container loading. A lot of them are not needed yet. Okay.
This one, sir.
I think yeah, I think customer answer search is also not needed at this point. Cadence WooCommerce not needed.
Uh,
Um, yeah, and King Helper is not needed. Other constraints is not needed. And I would say rank math is not needed at this point. Redis is not needed. Sorry, wait. Um, SQS order notifications, definitely that one is not needed. Okay, starter templates is not needed. WooCommerce wishlist is not needed. It's fine. Okay, I think
wait.
that's quite okay. You can deactivate them. Hmm. Going back, starter template, wishlist. Okay, and I would say even updraft plus is not needed. Yeah, updraft
Okay,
plus
sir.
backups is not needed. Email is not needed. Okay, all right. I think that should be enough. Offload media light. Oh, it's yeah. Offload media light should be disabled. That one. Okay, that's cool. This should be faster now. Or you cannot.
Cannot, sir.
Okay, so there should be an issue here. So let's go to the file wp config.php. Check that out if you have enabled the wp config.php file. Okay, all right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so why that is okay. Can you just clear the file? Just Control A and then delete everything. So because a lot of them are uh, things that were error because you enabled some plugins. Okay, try to enable again and let's see what's shown here. Let's see if you get any errors on the screen. Or okay, now let's check the log file. Okay, so as you see here, the require is wrong, yeah. So
Yes, sir.
I think you should need to use the dir part and shown on
Okay.
the chat. So have you ever used this syntax before in PHP?
No, sir.
Okay.
But I was using just the require.
Mm, okay. So actually, this is pretty common to use when, and you should remove the dot uh, inside the string because there will be the folder name and then directly the folder name and then the file. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now let's try to activate again. So that's where the book log file is useful, yeah. So sometimes if you cannot see the error on screen,
Okay,
uh,
sir.
we can diagnose it. Okay, so now let's
Already
try to
activate.
go to widgets and let's see if your widget is showing there. So can you see your widget there?
This one, sir.
Okay, cool.
Already in here.
All right. So please push this to GitLab. You can use Visual Studio Code to do the push.
Okay.
Uh, you can use the, you don't have to use the terminal. Have you ever tried to use the Git client inside Visual Studio Code?
No, sir.
On the left sidebar, the third icon. That's the fourth icon. Okay. Okay. Now put the commit message and then add the changes. And then you can put the changes. Stage the changes first. So, okay. Don't forget to put refactor as the first.
This one, sir.
Okay, go to the changes. Go to changes. Yeah, when you hover changes, there will be like a plus button. On
Okay.
that. Okay, and now you can enter the message. Put refactor before, yeah. Refactor column, just as usual. As a
What does that mean?
yeah, put refactor,
Respector.
refactor.
Refactor.
Okay, column, refactor. Okay, column. No, column is titik dua. Okay, and before that, no space. Yeah, refactor, colon, and then space. Okay, and then put the message there. Okay, cool. Then you can push Control Enter. Okay, that's already committed. And then to push, you click on the dot dot part.
Okay.
Okay, and then click on Sync.
What is it, sir?
Sync.
Okay. Click OK, sir.
Yes, matter is not been yes. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I think you did not use the menu. Okay, you need to set the upstream. Go to terminal. I think because you did
Okay.
not use it. Go to terminal. Use the, I think you should just use the terminal in Visual Studio Code so that you are not playing anywhere. Okay, go to terminal. Okay. Oh yeah, there is a prompt there. Would you like to, okay. Go to the folder of your plugin. Okay, and then type git push min u origin master. Yeah. Okay. I think you are using PowerShell here. Yeah. Can you open change to a command prompt terminal? Maybe you can Control Shift P and then try to type terminal. There will be a change. Okay, try to find options below. There should be an options like change default terminal or something. Select default shell. Yeah, select default
Okay.
shell. Okay, trying to change that to either command prompt or git bash.
Git Best.
Okay,
Okay.
now try to open another terminal. You can close this one actually.
Uh, Open
Yeah,
terminal
when
from
you
this.
when you try to close it using the trash icon, not the close icon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now try to open the terminal again. Okay, then go to the folder, your plugin. Hopefully this time it is working. Should be. Okay, and you can try
Yeah.
again. Git push menu origin master. Okay, so the difference here is that you are using menu. This needs to be done once, but it seems that you did not do that before. That's why you get a prompt that there is no upstream. Okay, but now you have an upstream branch. So that little line there, it says branch master set up to track remote branch master from origin. That is important. All right. So that is actually good enough. However, as part of the best practices, please go to about Lovia Live/docs. I will show you what I mean by the best practices. So you can read about this later. Go to the handbook.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now go to the engineering part and then to Git.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
Yep. Okay. So you will see why I I told you to use refactor as part of the Git message. That is part 4. Yeah. Use conventional commits. Okay. You can read more about it there later. And okay. So and then you are also using the Git in Visual Studio Code, right? So that's
Yes, sir.
something that is it will help you. Um, of course, if you want to use a command line, it's also okay. But you need to know that you have choices. Okay, you need to be able to use both Visual Studio Git and also the Git on command line. Okay,
Okay.
and then um, conventional commits. Okay, let's go to the first best practice first because this is the most important one. Okay, the first best practice is git ignore. Okay, so are you familiar with git ignore?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please create a git ignore file for this plugin. I also give you some
I
tools
know
there.
what git ignore is, but I don't know how to create it.
Okay, there is a tutorial there in this page, so try to follow it. And if it is not clear, then actually there's a task for you to edit the explanation there so that it is clearer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Actually, there is no part for PHP. Yeah? It's not PHP. But the article is a bit long there. So the quick one is just go to gitignore.io as I linked there on the second paragraph. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So now you type several options for PHP. That will be um, Linux, Mac, Windows, and Visual Studio Code. And then I think it's Composer. Yeah. Can you try Composer? Composer. Okay. Type
Wait,
Composer.
the composer.
Composer. Yeah. Yep. And then try PHP. Is there PHP there? No. Okay. Not needed then. Okay. I would say that will be enough. So,
Okay.
and please also, before you click create, let's go back to the documentation, the handbook there, because there is no
Okay.
PHP. So please edit this page. Okay, that's good. Thank you. And if you see anything that is not clear here, you can ask me for explanation, and please also edit the handbook here to make it
Okay,
clear.
sir.
Okay, so now you can go back to gitignore.io and let's see what kind of file that it generates for you. Okay, so just copy all of them and then put that into the .gitignore file on your project.
In same directory, sir.
Yeah, in the same directory as the Solufas widgets. Yeah. Because that usually goes to the top folder of the project. Right. Okay, so that's the .gitignore. And yeah, you can commit and push again for this part. Actually,
Type git add, sir.
no, just go to the left
Oh,
sidebar and use the
okay.
commit as usual. Okay, add the changes, states the changes, and then put a message. Okay. Yep. Okay. Cool.
Mm.
Then it's yeah, if it's possible just to do the sync immediately.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Okay. So why I make that a best practice to like do the commit and also push or sync as soon as possible is because the assumption is that there is someone else working on the same project as you are in, and if that happens, it's much easier to resolve the conflict earlier than if uh, either of you has changed a lot of files, and that time the merging will be much more difficult. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
the other best practice that I want you to do is create a readme.md file. Okay, so please create that file.
Create readme, sir.
Yeah, readme.md. Readme should be big and md is small. Okay, and then you can put the title first. Yeah, the title should be just one. Okay, the tools will be Solufast widgets for WooCommerce. Okay, the widgets will be has an S there because it's plural. The widget part. No, no, not that one. The widget part. Yeah. Okay. And then you can type some description. Just mention that there are several widgets, and one of them is the custom category. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, sir.
And instead of use a bullet point, let's use a numeric on line 4. Yeah. Just put one there, one dot. Okay, and put a space between line 3 and line 4. Put a blank space. Okay, and I would say that you can make it bold. Okay, for the custom category list thing. Yeah, you can make it bold by adding uh, stars. Yeah, stars before and after. I think 2 stars. Yeah, before and after. So you can also preview. Yeah, preview Markdown using the top right button. Have you ever tried it? On the top right, not left,
Yes.
right. The right,
Oh,
right.
okay, okay.
Yeah, there is a preview button. It's the second button. It's the middle. Yeah, that one. Okay, so you can
Okay.
see. Okay, please make both the custom category list. Custom category list should be both. Putting 2 stars before and after. But after the one, yeah. Okay, that's all. Okay, okay, let's go. So save it and then commit and push. Okay, so actually this one is called docs, not refactor, because you're adding documentation. Okay. All right, cool. Actually, either you can click OK, don't show again, yeah, but it's up to you. All right, so let's
Okay,
go
sir.
to GitLab and let's see if you have the changes on GitLab properly, just to make sure. Yeah, go to project overview. And, right, so you have the README there, you have the Git ignore there. It's very good. Okay, so let's go to our server again, our staging server on SSH. And then what you need to do now is just git pull, because you already cloned it. Now you can do git pull.
In plugins
Yeah,
directory or in Solvas?
in Solvas, because you are pulling the
Oh,
repository
okay.
that's inside this folder. Because the plugins directory does not have any Git repository. The Git repository is
Oh,
inside the Solvas widgets.
okay, sir.
Okay. So now open the browser on staging and let's see if you can activate that plugin on staging. Okay, it's there. activated successfully.
Okay.
Nice. And okay, let's use that widget on the product page, yeah, and the sidebar, I mean. Yeah.
There it is, sir.
Yeah. So that's your plugin.
Yes, sir. But
Cool.
wait.
Okay. So that works, right?
Yes, sir. But where's the other widget?
Where's the other widget?
Yes,
Um,
sir. It's gone.
oh, the other widget. Yeah, you can put the widgets back there. I think it's called the
Oh,
filter plugin or something. Product filter, I guess. Saring product, I think. Oh,
oh,
saring
oh, this one.
product. Ya, saring produk menurut harga, and then saring produk by menurut attribute, I think. Yeah, menurut attribute.
Mm,
One of them is by attribute, and that attribute is location. Okay, by attribute is location. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, try see that again.
Okay.
Okay,
But the border is
hmm.
gone, sir.
The border is
There's
gone.
supposed to be border in here.
I don't think it's a problem. Probably probably must have changed it, but it's not a problem in you. Okay. So the styling of the website and so on, because this is the staging website, and other team members are also constantly changing this, tweaking this. So it's possible that when you open it, there will be changes from layout, colors, CSS, and so on.
Okay, sir.
But that's the reality of working inside a team, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at this point, if the other team member is, because you're not the only one using staging, right? The other team members using staging. If they open this, they will be maybe curious, yeah, because hey, what is this product category? Why is this different? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but maybe someone later will ask. And okay, so this is good. So is it working? Can you try click on some of the links on the left? I mean,
Yes, sir.
yeah, the category one. So it's working as intended. That's good. So how do you feel now?
Good.
Okay. So I would say congratulations because you have created a WordPress plugin. I would say this is intermediate complexity, because you are creating a widget and it's dynamic. It queries the database using WordPress API, and also you manage to deploy this to the staging server. So after this is done and approved, then you will deploy this to the production server, but the steps are exactly the same. Okay, the
Okay.
staging and the live server. The difference is just the server name. Yeah, server name will
Okay.
be different, and the registered key will also be different. Okay, so
Oh,
I need
when I create new widget, then I have to create new SSH or not, sir?
no. So the SSH public key that you have there is the SS public key on your user on your own computer. So actually it applies on all of the projects that you are going to create, whether it's WordPress or something. You can actually create multiple SSHPs, yeah.
Okay. Then just put
But
in the settings.
yeah, for example, if you have two laptops, or maybe you are
Oh,
using two operating systems, maybe you
okay.
install a dual boot with Ubuntu, and then you create another public key there. That means,
Okay.
uh, yeah. And because the public key is used for a lot of purposes, so you need to know what purpose is the public key used. For example, your public key in your computer is used to connect to the Ubuntu server. Okay,
Okay.
but the Ubuntu server has its own public key that is used to clone from GitLab. So it's different purpose, entirely different purpose. Okay,
Okay.
and if you are confused with that, just ask me or ask around, yeah, or Google.
Okay, sir.
All right.
And when I create new widget,
Mhm.
then I have just add new require ones.
Yep, exactly. So you
Okay.
put that in the same uh, repository, into the same plugin here, but that will be like a different folder, a different file. So that you have this file that is like a table of contents, yeah, uh, the
Okay.
plugins, and there will be individual widgets inside. Of course, that if we are creating widgets for WooCommerce, but maybe if there's another task that is like it's not a WooCommerce one, it's a WordPress one or something else, then I think that will be a different plugin. But
Okay.
in this case, this plugin is prepared for all of the things that are about WooCommerce and it's about widgets. So if that's the kind of code, and yeah, it will be inside of this plugin.
Oh, I thought one widget that needs one directory. That's because I push the directory, not the file.
Okay, but that's okay. It's a choice actually. Yeah, it's a choice. It's actually possible to make like, if you make 20 widgets and then you make 20 plugins for that, it's actually possible. But generally, if you look uh, in WordPress plugins directory, they don't usually do that. They usually make a plugin, and that plugin will have several functionality inside that is like in the same category.
Okay.
All right. So mm, so you can also see from updraft post or and there's also a very complex plugin like Token. Token is just one plugin there, but if you see the Token source code, they have like I don't know
Yeah.
maybe thousands of files there. Token is very complex. WooCommerce is also a plugin, and WooCommerce is very complex plugin. But
Yes.
the plugins that we create is usually simple, but simple does not mean just one file, maybe with 10 files or 20 files. But I don't think we will create a plugin with hundreds of files or even thousands of files.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so the next for this is that you already have this plugin and it's already deployed to staging, but as you as you already say, there is a problem or an issue with this plugin is it does not show the sub subcategories, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So please fix that. Hopefully you can fix that before our next meeting.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And next Saturday, because you already deployed to staging, next Saturday, uh, you will also join the meeting with our client at 10 a.m. And yeah, I will introduce you and that you are creating this sidebar category list that yeah at that time they will already be seeing, and yeah you will get the feedback directly from the client. Let's see
Okay, sir.
what they have to say about it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Hopefully, before that time, you already managed to fix the subcategory functionality. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
And also, if you test, and uh, please, if you make a change, uh, you can update the one in staging if you want. Yeah. If you make a
Okay,
change
sir.
and you feel like, okay, let's try it on the real side, just go to the staging server as you have done today. And if you forget, you can play the recording of this meeting on YouTube.
Okay, sir.
And then you can do a git pull. It will update your plugin from GitLab, and then you can see. Uh, One tip that I will give you is that not only test using the browser on your computer, but also test using the browser on your mobile phone.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, because it will be different. Have you ever tested it on a mobile phone browser?
No, sir.
No. Okay. But yeah, test it using the desktop browser first because that will be faster. But after that, you can test using the mobile phone because sometimes when something works on the desktop browser, and then when you test on the mobile browser, there is a possibility that it doesn't work or look as you want.
Okay, sir.
That's it. I would say that's it for me.
Okay, let's back to our meeting schedule.
Mm,
Then the recap to the list is make sub. And,
Okay, you want to apply to staging again, all right?
okay.
And make sure to test on mobile browser, yeah. So that's so you don't
Okay, sir.
forget. Okay, so sorry for being late multiple times. But I think
It's
the
okay, sir.
meeting is the duration of the meeting is quite okay because I think yeah, during the meeting we've done quite a lot, applied to staging, set up SSHPs and so on. So it's really nice.
Okay, sir. Okay. The next is our rating.
Mm,
For me is 9.
okay, for me it's a 7 actually because of my own fault,
Okay.
but I'm happy with the work that you did, and also happy that you managed to apply to staging today, and now you learn how to manage a Linux server. So because this is your first time using a Linux server, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But have you ever used Linux before on your own computer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that will be a Linux server without the GUI. Yeah? It's
Yes,
just
sir.
it's just a bash shell, and yeah, it's good for me.
Okay. That's all for this meeting. Thank you very much, sir.
Hmm.
And assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.